hello, good morning, and welcome to this week's serving of Mickey Waffles, a Disney podcast where we cover everything from parks, movies, and merchandise. My name is Sinead.
My name's Kate. Hi guys, how's it going? Long time no speak.
Did you miss us?
We're back. After taking a 2-week sabbatical, we have returned. The prodigal daughters have returned to
In all our glory.
speak absolute nonsense into your ear for about an hour and a half.
Yeah. Also, thank you to, various people messaged us on various different platforms, being like, is everything okay? Where did Mickey Waffles go? Are you guys okay? We very much appreciate it. We're fine.
Yeah, just life.
Life got real stressful.
Just a lot of things happened very quickly. Like, a lot of things just happened.
Yeah. We won't get into the ins and outs, but both me and Kate have changed jobs in the 2 weeks that we've been gone.
Thought about that.
I've slightly changed jobs, but still,
you still work for the same company, but your job role has changed.
Yeah,
really. And I just have a completely new job.
Yeah.
So, isn't it mad?
It's a lot has happened in the 2 weeks, but we're back. We're here.
That's kind of what happened though, guys. I went for an interview on the Tuesday and I was working there by the Thursday. So there wasn't a lot of time for planning and figuring shit out.
Yeah. And we have always said, and we will always go by, life comes first, the podcast comes second.
Yes. So, but here we are. Life has settled down to a degree.
Yeah.
Enough of a degree that we have a spare bit of time to be doing this again.
Exactly. And lads, real exciting. Next week, me and Kate get to see each other in person.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Fireworks.
We haven't seen each other since October.
I'm phantasmic.
I am phantasmic. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's been a time and a half.
Yeah.
I just don't even. I really wanted to get a burrito today.
Oh.
And one, I didn't have enough time to eat it if I was going to buy it. But then I even contemplated stopping and buying burrito on my way home, even though I knew Ed had already started making dinner.
Yeah.
I was like, would I just buy a burrito?
Get a burrito next week. I so want a burrito.
Yeah. No, I really want one. There's a Boojum right beside, just across the road, but I think it's closed. I think they only have some locations open.
On Georgia Street.
Yes, but I think it's closed. I can't. It's kind of weird. Starbucks as well. They've closed half their locations, but their locations.
To be fair, there was 17 million of them in Dublin.
No, yeah, I fully understand, but the ones that are open also don't really have a lot of lights on. Oh. So I'm kind of confused as to what establishments are open and what establishments aren't.
Strange. Because I know I was chatting to my friend Alva and she was saying that, so there's a Butler's on Grafton Street and there's a Butler. If you've never been to Dublin, this is going to be very confusing.
Just bear with.
Grafton Street, similar to Oxford Street. Ish.
Small, way smaller.
Way smaller, but it's the main wanky shopping street in Dublin. And there's a Butler's Coffee. They do coffee, they do chocolates. It's glorious. So they have the one on Grafton Street open that always has a massive queue, but they have one on one of the offshoot streets called Chatham Street. But Chatham Street, you can only buy chocolates. You cannot buy coffee.
Yeah, I've noticed that. And one of them, I passed one Butler's and it was pre-ordered chocolate only. Yeah. It's even though they had chocolate just out, you couldn't buy it unless you'd pre-ordered it online.
Weird.
And we're just coming to collect it.
But
and I was like, this is...
Click and collect.
See now, this is a...
But is it technically because it's food?
Yeah.
Lads, no one actually knows what's going on.
What the hell is going on?
I know part of what's going on, which is from next Monday. We can see people outside. And I'm so excited.
Well, legally. Not people haven't been doing it anyway. But yeah, legally. Well, that... all hoping that it doesn't get somewhat retracted within the next
Kate,
week.
I have booked a half day. I am coming into town regardless. I'm going on record. Don't care.
Is this a Tuesday? Monday or Tuesday?
Monday.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, because I usually finish slightly earlier on Monday as well. I usually finish at 3:30, not 4.
That's fine. As I said, I've booked a half day. I finish work at 1. And honestly, I'm probably just going to get the Lewis straight in and just wander around town because I haven't been in town in months.
It's kind of depressing, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because there is so many places just closed.
Yeah.
And just... But also, you will be horrified at the amount of people that are still just walking about.
I know. And I'll be one of those people.
Yeah. But now you'll be doing it legally.
Hey.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you want to... What you been up to? Been up to anything exciting? Anything happening?
No. I currently have no shower. Because my bathroom is being done up. So I had the great fun, and honestly, it was so much fun. The last 2 weeks have been very stressful. I've had a lot of anxiety going on, and I got handed a little mini sledgehammer and told, go smash all the tiles off your wall. Doesn't matter if you break through the wall. That actually kind of helps because all the plasterboard needs to come out anyways. I had a fucking ball.
Fantastic.
Oh, it was good. Now, don't get me wrong. I smashed my hands to pieces, and they are in bits. But I had a bloody great time. Just literally walloping a load of tiles off the wall. It's great.
Sometimes smashing shit is just... Like, I remember times in Disney where we had to MOS things.
There was nothing,
and if it was...
nothing more fun than having to MOS a mug.
A mug.
Oh.
Like, as soon... Like, you saw a big chip in it, I was like, that one's mine. I'm taking it. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Just pop it in a bag. Whack it off a wall. Oh, get a hammer.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
So yeah, that's been the extent of your...
Basically, yeah, just that, and doing copious amounts of online shopping that I should probably stop, but here we are.
Yeah, I went on a bit of a mad one the other day because I
receiving
constant income again.
Hey.
There was a point in time where that was unknown, so I stopped all online shopping. I did not spend any. I stopped.
Question. In your online shopping, though, did you procure any more jumpers? This is an ongoing
no
thing with Kate.
I did not. I did not procure any more jumpers.
Improvement.
Because I'm finding them difficult to fit into my wardrobe. So I have...
It probably doesn't help that I'm giving you 3 Spirit jerseys on Monday.
No, that's completely different. They are so thin and they fold so tightly that that's irrelevant. Okay. Like my big like sweatshirts and stuff, like they're all like triple XL, like they're massive.
Thick.
So like when I fold them, they take up a fair bit of space. But Spirit jerseys, they're like pieces of paper. They just like foldy roll.
Okay, fair. At least now when Ed says to you like, "Where did these come from?" You can be like, Sinead.
Yeah, I had a great time doing some online shopping. Well, I needed jeans. I have to go through my jeans. I have too many jeans that just don't fit. They are like tight in places and baggy in others, and I'm like, who made these? These don't make any sense.
Women's clothing, it's an enigma.
Oh, also, not a secret that I'm short, but in my new job, I've noticed that I've never noticed how short my arms are because I have to like reach into the case and take things from the front, and I am nearly both of my feet are off the ground trying to reach the stuff at the front of the case, and I'm like, guys, I think I need a step stool or something. I am too short for this.
I like that on a non-visual medium you're like, hey, y'all know I'm short, right?
Oh, surely it's not a secret.
No.
But there was a man not yesterday, or was it this morning? Oh yeah, and he was just taking all like the offcuts, like the bits that were just sort of like the wedges that were just sort of left.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh yeah, I'll just take all those bits. But they were all at the very front, and he was like, I'm so sorry. He was like, I asked you to get every single one that was furthest away from you. And I was like, yeah, I'm kind of short. And he was like, I'm really sorry. It's like, it's okay, I'll do it. But like, it's really difficult trying not to look visibly like struggling.
Yeah.
When you're like, it's too far away.
Lads, I can't.
Because you know when you're trying to reach for something and just like almost like the tip of your fingers are just like basically there.
You just need like a lasso.
You're trying to be professional, but you're also like, I actually can't reach.
Oh, Kate.
But
Kate.
Yeah.
Fun.
I don't think I've been up to anything too exciting, to be honest, other than somehow getting another job in a pandemic.
You're good at that.
Yeah, weird skill to have. Hopefully won't need it for much longer.
Oh, stop. I really hope not.
Ari had to go to the vet because she hurt her leg. We still don't know what that was about, but she seems to be fine now.
Oh, that's good.
She's a woo-woo in Addison non-stop, so she must be a lot better. We knew the day we knew she was, because she was sitting in the bed a lot and she didn't want to get up, and the day we knew she was better was when we started making dinner and she was up like a light at our heels, a woo-wooing for some sausages. We were like, you are fully healed. I know that for sure.
Cute. I'm glad she's feeling better.
Yeah, us too. We got really worried. We were like, oh my god, we've spent so much time being like, whoa, she's 11. She doesn't act like she's 11. She acts like she's a puppy. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh my god, she's gonna die. But she's not. It's fine. Because it was like, the result was she either has liver disease or she just has an inflammation in her leg. And we were like, they're kind of two really big opposite scales of a spectrum.
Yeah.
But she had no other symptoms of having liver disease. So the vet was like, it's probably not that.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. That's a relief.
Yeah. But then, because one of the things was like drinking more often.
Okay.
And so, but then Ed became hyper aware every time she got a drink. And he was like, is she drinking more than normal? I'm like, no, she just ate some bread. So she's gone to go get a drink. I was like, and then literally Molly would go get a drink immediately after. I was like, they're literally drinking. You need to calm down.
Oh, bless him.
I'm like, she is fine.
Oh, bless him. Being a concerned dad dog.
Yeah.
Dog dad?
Dog dad? Dad dog?
Lads, it's been a weird day.
It's okay. He doesn't listen to this podcast. It's fine.
That's fair.
Do you know... Sorry. I know we're just having a rambly episode anyway. But,
we'll just forewarn you now, lads. It's not getting any more structured after this.
There is a negative structure.
Yeah. We'll explain more in a minute.
We were talking about something the other day, and I don't know why we were talking about it, but I was like, oh yeah, no, like those episodes where we talk about like things we'd like to buy but don't have the money to, and he was like, I didn't know you did those. He was like, good to know though. I was like, are you serious? I was like, I have about 3 episodes of lists of shite that I want and you haven't listened to any of them.
I'll send those specific episodes to him and be like, when it's coming up to KP's birthday, there you go.
I said to him the other day, I was like, oh, you know, it's nearly my birthday, like in pandemic time. Like, we're already at the 6th of April. Like, think of how quickly, but like, realistically,
yeah, I know.
Like, it was a joke, but also I was like, hey, keep this in mind. We're somehow at the 6th of April, and in about 2 months' time, it's my birthday.
Yeah.
So, in pandemic time, could be 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I was like, just keep an eye on that.
I hope we can do something for your birthday this time.
Yeah, me too. I was talking about it on Christmas Crackers with Sam, that last year was just so tragic that I had to get my tooth taken out the day of my birthday, and then couldn't see anyone. I just kept talking because I thought you could hear me.
No.
I was talking about my birthday last year and how absolutely dreadful it was. Had to go to the dentist, get my tooth taken out, couldn't see you guys after getting like donuts and balloons, and unbelievably like a tragic cliff of events. And I was like to Sam, I was like, if I don't have to get my tooth taken out this year, already 100% better than last year's.
Yep. What day is your birthday?
The 3rd of June.
Well, no, I know the date, but I'm like, what day is that? That's a
Sorry.
Thursday. Well, hopefully that weekend, like if restrictions are still the way they are, I mean, me and Amy will just come and annoy you.
I would really hope we could go for dinner.
Oh, yeah, I'd love that.
Like, I don't know, even though restaurants had absolutely no effect on the fucking case numbers, like, really, I still don't know if they're going to be open in June, but I would really like it. Like, pubs will not be. So the best I can hope for is a restaurant day.
Ooh, I have an idea of a nice place we could go. Do you want me? Oh,
Are you gonna?
I
was like, and
dot dot dot. Before, do you remember our friend Katie Biggs got married in Drury Buildings?
yes.
Me and Alva went to Drury Buildings before the last lockdown, so when you could eat outside in places, and their food was bloody delightful. It's kind of like tapasy. I don't know why tapas involves jazz fingers. And their cocktails are bloody banging.
I would actually really be vibing some tapas. To be honest, now that would be good. That would be fantastic.
Drury Buildings. It was so damn tasty.
So yeah, that's kind of it, really.
Yeah.
That's been us for 2 weeks. Just sort of surviving.
Interesting.
Yeah, just getting through.
Yeah. This past weekend, it's been a long weekend, I think, for most people, or a double weekend, as I kept referring to it. And let me tell you, a 4-day weekend is great. A 4-day weekend when you can go nowhere and you can see no one is real tedious.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, meh. Okay.
Yeah, but that's okay. We have this coming weekend as, like, hopefully, we're keeping everything crossed, as hopefully the last full lockdown weekend. Let's all quickly say some form of prayer to whatever you believe in.
Hail Mary, Jesus Christ.
Oh, I forgot about the most exciting thing. My dad got the vaccine.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So my dad is extremely high risk. And I was talking to Sam about this the other day. And I was trying to explain, like, when I found out that my dad was getting the vaccine, I didn't realize how much anxiety him not being vaccinated had on me until I was told he was getting the vaccine last Saturday, and it just felt like this massive weight was lifted off my shoulders, and I was just like, okay, I didn't realize how much that was affecting me.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So so he was in on Saturday in the Aviva, got his AstraZeneca, happy out.
Pew, pew.
Has had no issues
I
except for sore arm.
I think my grandparents got their first dose Saturday just gone.
Fab.
So yeah, when it comes to the 5K breaking, I need to message them because I can go see them now safely.
Yeah.
And not have to be as much of a freak out as we were previously.
Yeah. I will say, every time, because I quite often walk past your grandparents' estate and I always wave. I love you.
Yeah, they're just sitting there.
I just always give them a little wave.
My granddad's probably building something.
Yeah.
My granny's probably shouting at something on the TV. That's usually how it goes.
I mean, that's all you can really ask for life at that stage.
I mean, honestly, I'd be pretty happy with that now, personally.
Oh, big same. Big same. Right, we've done nearly a 20-minute intro. Talking.
That's perfect.
Absolutely nothing. So, we mentioned that there was going to be no structure to any of this because, we'll be brutally honest with you lads, everything has been so mental and we have both been so busy and just dealing with just life. The Disney news haven't looked at a tap.
There was a thing where Disneyland Paris isn't going to open when they thought it was. It's going to be later. That's fine.
Disneyland is opening.
Disneyland is opening. Yeah, that's right. The new phone Magic Passes, they've come into Walt Disney World, and people are very excited about those, where you can just use your phone to zappity zap.
Yeah. I did.
There's an.
I did see a thing where I can't remember which of the dads put it into the group. I feel like maybe it was Ryan, where Disney World are now going to let you take your mask off for photos. Don't know how I feel about this.
They can get in the sea.
Don't know how I feel about this, but allegedly that is potentially a thing.
Disney World are still fully packing in every single ride vehicle. Mm-hmm. They came back they came back originally and they were like, yeah, every second row, and then literally after 2 months they were like, it's enough of that.
Yeah,
everyone in.
Yeah.
So, like, honestly, I don't know when I'm going to feel comfortable going back to Disney World. And that is so... Going back, I've never been. Going to Disney World. Because I just want to go so bad. And I'm like, why have you guys fucked this?
Yeah.
What else? Internal Disney cruises just for UK residents.
Yeah. Yeah,
they seem very exciting.
The dads have all been very excited. By the sounds of it, they're all going on them.
Yeah, but also no one knows how expensive they're going to be yet.
Yeah.
I imagine pretty expensive. I was talking to Ed and I was like, do you think they'll be cheaper because you're not actually leaving the country? And he was like, probably not.
Seemingly. So Mr. D was throwing out some figures, and I feel like Mr. D always does his research. He's very in the know. He's usually he's usually pretty spot on about these things. And he was saying he thinks it would be about 600 per person.
Really? That's not a lot.
Can you tell that we're brainwashed into the Disney Church of Thinking?
Also, I just think everyone's structure of money has changed in the past year to year and a half.
Yeah.
In two ways. It's been some people who've unfortunately lost their jobs and have struggled to find another job due to the world's exploding. Mm-hmm. And so their view of money has drastically changed. Mm-hmm. And then there's other people who have been lucky enough to hold a job, keep a job, and have just been saving all of this money that they usually would have been frivolously spending. Mm-hmm. And now it's just sitting there. And now they're like, well, this is all just money I would have spent in the past year and a half anyway.
Yeah.
So 600 euro, should take it.
Yeah. So allegedly soon they're going to announce prices and stuff like that, and as to whether I would assume you have to be vaccinated.
I understand you're not technically leaving the country, but you're still going on a cruise ship, which is an absolute petri dish for spreading anything. So my guess would be yes, because if not, and you get on and you have it, everyone else on the boat who doesn't have a vaccine is also getting it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So they haven't come out with any announcements as to vaccine passports and all that kind of stuff. I know one cruise line, couldn't tell you what one, has banned children going on the cruises because at the minute children aren't getting vaccinated. So they've just it's all adult only cruises, which makes it sound very seedy.
Yeah, but we know what you mean. For safety,
yeah.
No children.
Yeah. And then I suppose the other kind of big thing is Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I can never say it. Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
What's your thoughts?
It's fine.
Yeah.
No, I like it. And it's Marvel. It's bang bang shooty shooty Marvel, yes. Which is what I think a lot of people who are I never want to belittle people, but your generic Marvel fan who didn't get WandaVision,
yes,
basically,
is what I was gonna say. If you didn't like WandaVision and you thought WandaVision was a bit too weird and a bit too kooky, you'll probably like Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah. It's interesting. I like we obviously knew that all of these TV shows were still going to be canon.
Yeah.
And they're all still important to the story.
Yeah.
But I like how now they are starting to bring in more characters from other movies, and you're like, yeah, I know all of you people. Well, apart from my mum, she was like, who's this?
Oh dear.
But she did it with absolutely no context. She was
fair.
Hi, she was like, hi, I'm confused, who's Sharon? And I replied with, hi, I'm also confused. Who's Sharon? And my mum went, from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I was like, oh, Sharon Carter.
Brilliant.
I was like, who the fuck is Sharon? Oh dear.
Oh dear. Yeah, I was never going to love this show as much as I loved WandaVision because
it's
kitschy old sitcoms is my forte. Like, hook it up to my veins. I love them. So WandaVision was always going to be far ahead of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. What I will say is my two big takeaways from it at the minute. The new Captain America, I want to punch in the face, but I am aware he is supposed to be that. He's playing that heel character to make a wrestling reference. But I am very grateful for having Sebastian Stan to look at every single week because sweet baby Jesus is that man attractive.
Yes. Yes, he is.
So I'm very much enjoying that.
I'm loving the haircut, I have to say. Yeah. I don't know how people, but it's just really
good time.
It off.
Have you watched the Mighty Ducks show?
Yes, I also want to talk about that. Okay. It's fantastic. Now, this, like...
I've only watched the first episode.
I always loved the Mighty Ducks. Same. The Mighty Ducks was one of my favourite, like, Disney Channel movies, basically. I just like it so much. It's such an all-rounder. It's so happy. It's so feel-good. And I really like the show.
The Mighty Ducks was that, like, quintessential, to make a very Irish reference, it was the big, big movie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, it was just the big, big movie, 6:00 on a Saturday, RTE1, the whole fam would, like, sit round and you just, like, watch something cute and wholesome, aka the Mighty Ducks. I'm loving that Lorelai Gilmore's in it. Love her.
I also love that she's also just basically playing Lorelai Gilmore.
Yeah. Big fan.
Like, her job, not so much, but, like, when she is in parenting mode, she is basically just Lorelai Gilmore.
Oh, it's the same. But yeah. If anyone isn't aware, because a lot of people have no idea what it is. So there's a new Mighty Ducks theme song? That's not. There's a new Mighty Ducks TV show on Disney Plus called Game Changers, and it's great.
Yeah, it's really good. It's basically the ducks are all dicks now, and they don't care about having fun. And so these guys go and they make their own team, and they're like, we're here to have fun. But they've gone but they couldn't find ice space. So, Gordon Bombay, the old Ducks coach, he now owns an ice rink, but apparently hates hockey. So it all becomes this rigmarole of I gave you the space because you had money, but don't talk to me about hockey, blah 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 blah. It's quite funny. I also like how it's more, like, obviously it's more up to date because it's not filmed in the 90s or whenever the Ducks was filmed. Mm-hmm. But, like, it's just really, it's like, it's stupid funny. Yeah. Like the like funny chubby kid goes up to one of the popular girls and he's trying to recruit people, and he goes up to one of them, he's like, hey, I love your jumper, is that Brandy Melville? And I'm like it just got me. I was like, why are you laughing? Dear. I was like, that's such a specific reference. It's so funny.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, so I'm really liking it, and I actually think I'm kind of liking it more than Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but mostly because it's something different. I think the reason I'm not wildly vibing with Falcon and the Winter Soldier is because it is just every other Avengers movie that we've had.
Yeah, just it's episodic.
Like these two guys, they gotta go do these things. They gotta go fight some people on the way. There's some things we don't know about. Some things still have to happen, and bang, bang, shooty, shooty. But My Ducks Game Changers is something completely new. And I think that's also why a lot of people loved WandaVision, because it was something completely different.
Yeah.
And in the monotonous day-to-day of what we're currently in, I feel like Falcon and the Winter Soldier isn't anything exciting, but what I think will be is Loki. That's coming out in June. That's something really different and something we've never seen before from Marvel. And again, I'm like, that looks really interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, also, Black Widow is coming. They've put pulled the trigger, and Black Widow is going to come to Disney Plus on Premier Access.
Woohoo!
After all this time of people being like, for God's sake, the pandemic is not ending. Just put it on Premier Access.
Yeah, and it'll be the first time me and Kate cave and pay for Premier Access.
Oh yeah, we will be paying. Like, it's just, Marvel. I still haven't paid for Raya and the Last Dragon, but I think that's because it comes out in June. I think June or July we can watch it.
I think it's June.
And I'm like, that's so close. I'm like, I can wait.
Yeah,
but like, yeah, but I do. So Black Widow's coming out in July, I think.
Oh, I thought it was November.
Oh, is it? I thought it was July.
I feel like it's November.
Oh, maybe I was completely wrong. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I say, like, when I say me and Kate are doing it, we're splitting it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't need to pay €30 to watch Black Widow just by myself. That's sad. So I'll just be a virtual third wheel with Kate Ned. And everyone else that's on Kate's Disney Plus.
It was meant to come out November 2020.
Okay.
And then it was pushed to May 7th, 2021.
Oh.
But I think it's July. When was this? March 23rd.
Oh, it is. It's July 9th. Sorry,
yeah, July.
I was totally wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You must have just had November of last year stuck in your head.
Yeah.
But what I was saying, so after, I don't know if, have you watched the trailer for
No.
Black Widow? It looks, it's an action movie.
Okay.
It's very poo 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 poo. But I did mention to Ed, I was like, I would really prefer to see this in the cinema.
Oh, big time.
I do not think it's going to have the same impact.
No.
I think I'm going to watch it on my little dinky TV at home and be like, it was fine.
Yeah.
But if I got to watch it in the cinema, I'd be like, wow, what an experience.
Yeah. I would much rather see it in the cinema.
So I'm really gunning. Now, I do think I'm really gunning for the cinemas to be open by July, because a cinema is not a restaurant. A cinema is not a retail establishment. It is so easy to social distance. Yeah. I personally believe it's one of the safest public settings to be in a pandemic. And I just would really love the cinemas to be allowed open again. And I just really hope that by the second week in July, that they will be open and we can go see Black Widow in the cinema instead.
Yeah, I'd much rather see it in the cinema. So, fingers crossed. But if not, Premier Access.
We'll pay the €30 and split it and share it, and
we'll let you know our thoughts.
Yeah, come back on. So we'll see you in July.
Oh dear. I think that's about as much news as I've retained, just by osmosis.
My personal opinion is, if I haven't really remembered it, it's probably not that important anyway.
Yeah. So,
there's the stupid Numios. They brought out little Winnie the Pooh ones.
Oh yeah, no, there's a reason I hadn't retained that.
They had Winnie the Pooh in a little suit, in this little matching suit. I was like, hey, don't do it. You definitely do not need that. I didn't do it.
Good.
But mostly because they're so difficult to buy. They just sell out so
fair.
quickly. I'm kind of hoping that when the Disney store reopens again, they'll get them in, because I feel like they're easier to buy in person than they are online.
You're a lunatic.
I just want one Winnie the Pooh in a little brown pinstripe suit with a little tie. Oh, he's so adorable.
You're outrageous.
He could live in my bag. He could just be like my little bag pal.
You are outrageous.
Yes, I am.
Outrageous. Is that everything?
Yeah.
That's fine. So, because we have both been just too busy, we had done no news prep, so that's the equivalent of the amount of news that we've just absorbed via osmosis. And then we also haven't had time to do the food thing, but this happens to also be the episode that's going to come out closest to the time that Mickey Waffles turns 2.
Woo! Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday to you! Come on! Happy birthday! I can do the whole thing.
The birthday song from the Disney store. Yeah, 2 whole years we've been doing this, Kate.
Isn't that mental? I have never,
Wild.
I think I said this last year, but I have never started something and kept it on for this long that hasn't been a paid job. Do you know what I mean? Like, I fully believed we were going to start this and one of us was going to get bored, or like something was going to happen and we were going to be like, you know what, it's just not worth it. But here we are, 2 years later, still talking absolute shite into microphones.
Yeah. And now we're doing it into 2. Before we used to do it into the 1 microphone.
Oh, right. I was like, I don't think I heard those words in the correct order. I was like, what are you talking about?
Before we just used to share a microphone in my sitting room downstairs.
Yeah, now I own one myself.
Oh, novel idea. So much has happened in 2 years. It's mental.
Right? I just, because, like, obviously, you know, when you start a new job and you start, like, telling people, like, your life story and...
Yeah.
Because you're going to be working with these people a lot, you're like trying to, and I'm like, yeah, so like this time last year, like we were starting a pandemic, we just got sale agreed, we weren't know if we were ever going to see each other again, all of this shit was happening, did I have a job, did I not have a job, did anyone have a job, who was I working for, where was I, like,
the last year has been a roller coaster and a half.
Honestly, like, even like my style has, like, both of our styles have kind of changed.
Yep.
Like, we wear, like, I'm like, all those clothes, I don't wear those anymore. Like, I'm like, give me my vintage retro, like, jumpers and all of this sort of shit. I'm like, it's just wild. It's actually kind of mad. I'm like, give me my candles. Do you know what? I really hate myself. I hate myself for this.
Oh.
But I think I really like flowers.
Lads, this episode is just off the fucking rails. Is this because Amy sent you flowers?
Yeah. And so Amy sent me those flowers, right? And we put them in the, like, obviously I put them in the vase and I was like, oh, these are nice. And I put them on the little side table beside the couch. And I was like, these are really nice. I was like, these actually bring, like, they smelt nice. They like opened up the room a bit more because there was a bit of like foliage and stuff. I was like, this is really nice. And they died, and because they did well, but you know, eventually they died. And Ed was going up to the farmer's market, and there's a little florist in the farmer's market, and I was like, would you just grab a nice bunch of flowers while you're up there, so we can replace these dead ones. And I was like, oh my god, I'm buying flowers. I was like, this is it. This is the end. I am buying things that are inevitably just going to die. Yeah. And I feel like that is a big turning point in my life, and I hate myself for it. I hate that I've turned around and now been like, oh, yeah, a vase of flowers in a room is just really nice.
There
I'm
go.
Like,
like, weird things happen, Kate. Life is strange. Life is very strange.
Yeah. So yeah, that's me. That's my out of this entire year, that is my biggest life change, is that I am now like, yes, buy me flowers.
If I was to pick my biggest life change that has happened in the last year, where do I start? Oh, let's not open that can of worms on the podcast.
We would be here for
Let's
hours.
not open that can of worm on the podcast, shall we? Anyways, so we've been doing the podcast for 2 years, which is wild.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so we decided to, what was it, like 2 weeks ago, the lovely Craig from the Dads, which seemingly they kind of love that I refer to them collectively as the Dads. Nick mentioned it to me, and I was like, but you are a collective group of dads. I'm not wrong. It's factually correct. Mm-hmm. So Craig came up with a list of questions, because we also had a week where on Disney Parks and Beyond, everyone was like, this is a bonus episode. What do we do? So Craig was like, I'm going to come up with these questions. So technically I've answered these questions, but just pretend like you haven't heard them. And we're going to do dream answers as well.
I mean, I haven't, so
there you go. I'll link the Disney Parks and Beyond one in the show notes, so you can go listen to that at another time. But also, the Dads record very late, and like that episode didn't finish until like 11:30. Now I'm worried that this episode might not finish until 11:30 as well.
Oh,
but
we started late.
it's fine. So it's 10 questions. Some of them will give like dream answers for. Some of them will be quite straightforward. They're all parks related. It'll be a good time. So Kate, how many times have you visited, in quotes, the parks, and then in brackets, any Disney parks? So where have you been and how many times?
I've been to Japan once. Well, Disney Sea.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've been to Disneyland Paris 1, 2, 3, 6 or 7 times.
Okay.
I want to say
1, 2, 3, 6 or 7.
Well, I knew that like in the past year remember the last year we were allowed to do things. I went like 4 times, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to think. I was like, I knew 4, and I was thinking of all the other times before that.
Yeah.
1. Oh no, 8 maybe.
Okay.
7 or 8, I think.
Okay.
But again, the majority of those have been just to Disneyland Paris.
That's fair. I have been to Disney World once, Disneyland and DCA once, and then DLP 6 or 7 times, I think.
Yeah.
Becomes a bit blurry. But yeah, I think 6 or 7 times in DLP. Yeah. We love DLP. DLP is great.
Little Baba.
So, when was the first time you visited each of the parks that you've been to?
Well, I've only been to Japan once.
Yes.
And that was in, I think, 2018? I still worked in a store.
Was it 2018?
Well, I still worked in the store. It must have been 2017 or 2018.
I don't know.
No, neither do I.
And
then the first time I visited DLP, we did this before and I can't remember the year. I was youngish. I think I might have been 9 or 10, and I think the first time I went, my parents surprised me and told me we were going to Wales.
Oh yeah, and you
we were going
cried.
to Disneyland Paris. Yeah, because I really wanted to go to Wales. I think that might have been the first time. I assume that was the first time because it was such like a surprise kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. What would that, how old am I? So that would have been like 14-ish years ago. So 2006?
Okay.
2005, 2006. I think it might have been the 20th anniversary. Or the 15th.
Okay.
Or was that a different time? Honestly, I can't remember. But it was a good 14 to 15 years ago, I think.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
Did you figure out when I went to Japan?
I think you went in like 2016.
Oh, yeah, I was obviously very wrong.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because I looked up Japan in our WhatsApp group with Amy, and there's a message from Amy. So I think you went like July. You went sometime in 2016.
Oh, okay.
Because she's asking the guy that you went with, did he have fun in Japan?
Here we go. What year was that?
So yeah, I think you went 2016.
Oh, okay.
There you go. For me, the first time I went to Disneyland Paris was in January 2013. Literally 3 days after I got made a permanent cast member after being a Christmas temp. So that was fun. And then I went to Disneyland in the August of 2013. Which I didn't think they were the same year, but wild that they were. And then Disney World was September, October 2015. So yeah, I was devastated when I got to Disneyland and realised the Haunted Mansion was closed because it was being turned into Haunted Mansion Holiday.
Oh, yeah.
The devastation on my face. I was so sad. So very sad. But yeah, it is what it is.
Sorry, yeah, I was looking back on my camera roll. Because it'll tell me what date and year I took the picture. Yeah, it was May of 2016.
There we go.
Man, I really did not take enough pictures.
We're just gonna have to
I took very few pictures. I was very much like, I was obviously just too excited.
We're just gonna have to
in
go
the
back.
moment.
And I keep saying we because I'm going to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ding. Right, last time you visited.
I'd love to navigate Japan without a native speaker. That would be fun.
So last time you visited a Disney park.
2 years ago? No, it would have been 2019.
Yeah.
Christmas of 2019.
Yeah. And mine was 1st of November 2019 because we were coming back from Halloween.
Yeah, and then I went again.
Yeah.
Before we rounded it off.
So, favorite resort that you have stayed at, but then also you can pick a top 3 of resorts that you would like to stay at.
Top 3. Okay.
Yeah.
So obviously my favorite would be Sequoia Lodge because
we are the official Sequoia Lodge fan club. Hi, hello, welcome.
Absolutely. If Disney would like to sponsor us in any form for just Sequoia Lodge, absolutely 100%, we will be your lodge gals.
Do you know what lodge gals? Do you know what I would love? I would love a Sequoia Lodge spirit jersey. I know it would be brown.
Oh, it'd be brown.
I know it would be brown. But can you imagine if it had like a little like forest around the bottom, kind of like my Tatooine one?
But if it was like not now I'm using the word ombre, but I don't mean ombre. But if it was like ombre brown, like different shades of brown,
yeah, like my Tatooine one.
Yeah, like
it's yellow and goes to orange.
It wouldn't look that bad then.
Yeah, can we have Sequoia Lodge spirit jerseys, please, and thank you, Disney.
You could have a little tree, the little forest, like you said, with all the trees down the bottom.
Yeah, and you could have a little Chip and Dale on the front.
Oh yes, and
yeah.
the Sequoia Lodge would be written in logs.
Oh, so yeah, this is the official Sequoia Lodge fangirl club. Because that's also my favorite. But anyways, go on.
And then 3 resorts I'd like to stay at.
Yeah,
I would like to stay at Art of Animation.
Excellent.
I would like
a particular
to
room.
Nah.
Okay.
Nah, because I don't really vibe with any of the rooms anyway. So.
Oh, okay.
Whatever. I just like the idea. I like that it's been revamped, I like the new rooms.
I assumed that you would have wanted to stay in one of the Cars rooms, no, rather than a Little Mermaid room because you don't like the Little Mermaid.
Yeah. If I had to choose, I'd prefer a Cars room over a Little Mermaid room. But I just like how it's been revamped on the inside and how it's all like animation-y and stuff. I would also like to stay at the Grand Californian.
Fair days.
Obviously. And I would also like to stay at so many options. The Contemporary, Animal Kingdom Lodge, so many options. I'm going to go for the Contemporary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mostly because I want that monorail action.
Fair. I like that our dream resorts are all totally different.
Well, it happens.
Totally different. So, one of mine, I'm going to kind of go, it's a similar theme to Sequoia Lodge, but it's like the like premier version of the Sequoia Lodge, which is the Grand Californian in Disneyland, because it's just it just looks so beautiful. It's like Sequoia Lodge on crack. Like it's just would absolutely love it. Animal Kingdom Lodge, obviously, with a savannah room. Like if I could just sit on a like fuck going to the parks. If I could just like sit on a balcony and just watch like giraffes and zebras and stuff just like run about, I would be so happy. Like I would be so thrilled. And then I feel like my like ultimate bucket list one is the Polynesian, because I just love the vibe of the Polynesian. That would be my monorail pick. I just bloody love it.
There's so many options.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're kind of like, I'll stay at all of them. I don't know.
Yeah. And I will say, I know I go on an awful lot about how much I'm obsessed with the Disneyland Hotel in DLP, but I feel like at some stage I will stay there for at least a night or two. So that's why I haven't put it on my bucket list, because I feel like a bucket list is more like, will I ever? Whereas I know I will stay there because I'm a completionist and I only have 2 hotels left. So
especially since it's getting its revamp. I would see, like, right now, the way the rooms are, I'm like, I don't really want to spend that kind of money for a room that probably smells. So I would happily wait for the revamp and spend an extra 150, 200 quid for whatever they're going to be asking.
Yeah.
And just save a little bit more.
Me too. Right. Favorite ride at each park you have visited? But because... So this means like DLP, Disney Studios, but because I'm conscious of the fact that I also have all of the Disney World ones, you can pick what you would assume your favorites would be at the Disney World in California as well.
Oh God.
Because keeps freezing. Oh, she's back.
Oh, we're back. Okay.
Hello.
I was like, I'll wait because I've not I'm not sure what to say. I didn't go on that many rides in Japan because I didn't really know what I was doing.
Yeah.
I did go on what I think was the Journey to the Center of the Earth ride, which was great. It's basically the Indiana Jones ride, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm also kind of like, I'm honestly kind of confused. Whatever that one was, that was really good because it's something I'd never experienced before.
Cool.
So I'll say that one for Disney Sea. And then for Disneyland Paris Park, I'm gonna go with Big Thunder Mountain.
Good shape. The best Big
Then
Thunder.
in the studios, obviously not much choice, so I'm obviously gonna go for Tower of Terror.
Of course.
Then I don't know what rides are in each park. I would in California Adventure, I would definitely... It is California Adventure. Is Cars Land in California? Yeah, I'd go for Radiator Springs. Obviously.
Of course.
Because I know 100% the day I get to go on that, I will probably cry.
Yeah.
Like, I know for a fact walking into Cars Land, I will cry.
Yeah.
And it's just inevitable.
I'll run ahead and I'll video it, but yes, you will.
I'm just trying to think of other rides that I think I would enjoy, but I can't seem to think of any off the top of my head. Oh, Flight of Passage.
Fair. Animal Kingdom,
I guess. That'll do that. Then I don't know, Rise of the Resistance.
Excellent. Your Hollywood Studios pick.
What else is there?
Magic Kingdom.
Oh, jeez, what even is in Magic Kingdom? Carousel of Progress. No.
There you go.
nice little chill one. And then what's the other one? Epcot.
Yeah.
Let's not go for Test Track because that's basically Radiator Springs. I'll pick Frozen.
I had a feeling you were going to pick Frozen.
After. Yeah, because I also think I'd quite enjoy that because I still like Frozen. I still think it's a great movie.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think that's all of them. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm proud of me for doing that.
I mean, I have very limited information about Japan, but I think I would probably also go with Journey to the Center of the Earth because it's one of the more like unique ones to Disney Sea. So I'll take your steer on that. Disneyland Paris, Disneyland Park, obviously Phantom Manor. Like, was there ever a question? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Phantom Manor is bae. In the Studios Park, I'm gonna go with Ratatouille. Because
not much choice.
There's not much choice. There's not a lot of rides in it. Like the only kind of, I mean, maybe Crush's Coaster, but I would much rather go on Ratatouille.
Crush's Coaster isn't actually that great of a ride.
It's fine. There's just an awful lot of pallets thrown about the place. It's weird. Then I'll go Disneyland. Now, Disneyland in California, as I've already mentioned, I didn't get to go on Haunted Mansion, so I am not picking Haunted Mansion, but I am going to pick Pirates because I must have went on Pirates of the Caribbean in Disneyland about 7 times because we just kept looping it because it was just like, I adore DLP's Pirates, but there is just something different about the California one, so I'm 100% picking the California one. I would also pick Radiator Springs Racers as my DCA ride because it's just so freaking fun. Like, it's
Oh
just...
my god, it's so bad.
It's so, so fun. I adore it. Magic Kingdom. I'm going to go Haunted Mansion. Is what it is. Epcot. I'm going to go with the Three Caballeros because I bloody love the Three Caballeros. And just anything, like a ride that has Donald in it is just always going to be a fave because Donald is life. Hollywood Studios. I'm going to go with Star Tours. Which is a really dorky answer, but I love Star Tours. I'm aware there are two far more like technologically advanced Star Wars rides in that park, but I don't care. I fucking love Star Tours. And then Animal Kingdom, I'm gonna go with Everest because Everest is fun, and I think you would really, really like Everest.
Oh yeah, me too. If I ever get there,
you will. We'll stay positive vibes. So. Last ride you actually rode at a Disney park.
Oh God, Jesus.
So
what the last ride we went on
I
was.
had to look up what the last ride we went on, or try figure out what the last ride we went on for the Halloween trip. And do you know what the last documented ride was?
Small World.
Slinky Dog Zigzag Spin.
Oh.
Now, I don't know if that was the last, like the actual last ride that we went on, but I went through our Instagram stories from that trip, and that's the last thing that there's like a hilarious like picture and video of you, me, and Ellen on it, and that's the last like documented thing we did that was a ride.
Yeah, it might have well been because
it was so busy.
Yeah, it was so busy, and it was just such like a random. We couldn't do what we normally do because it was so busy.
Yeah. And
the only reason we went at that time was because of the Halloween party. Like, it's never a time we never pick busy times because they're no fun. So that very well could have been the last ride we went on, and we're like, okay, we're going home now, bye.
Like, how sad is that the last Disney ride I was on was fucking Slinky Dog Zigzag Spin. And don't get me wrong, I enjoy the Slinky ride. It's very fun. You laugh a lot. But that's tragic.
I have absolutely no idea what the last ride we went on at Christmas was. Like, absolutely not a yonk. I'd imagine it was probably Big Thunder.
Okay.
Or Star Tours. I only really say Big Thunder because when it must have been with Ed when we went. Frontierland had like a power outage, and all of the rides stopped working, and our plan was to go on Phantom Manor because we had a fast pass for Big Thunder, I think. But then everything just stopped working. Yikes. And we were like, oh, we'll just go back to the hotel and get a drink because I'm done with this now. And then I think the next day I was like, well, we have to go on Big Thunder because we didn't get to go on it last night. Okay. I think so. I imagine it was probably it was definitely some sort of big ride. It was definitely like Big Thunder or Space or something like that. Fair.
So next one is Craig's written it down as guilty pleasure snack. I see no park snacks as a guilty pleasure, and I resent that. So, what is your favorite park snack that you have had? And also, what is a park snack that you have seen in another park that you are desperate to try?
We haven't had that many park snacks. Oh, no, well, we have had a Mickey pretzel.
Have we?
Yeah.
They weren't Mickey-shaped pretzels, though. They were just pretzels. Disneyland Paris isn't that fun.
No, that's not what I was talking about. I was talking about a Mickey Waffle.
Oh.
In my head, I was picturing a Mickey Waffle, but my words were Mickey pretzel. Fair. But yeah, no, I think like the most exciting one that we've kind of eaten in Disneyland Paris would be a Mickey Waffle, I guess. Yeah. There's not too many exciting things going on in Disneyland Paris, so you gotta kind of take what you're given.
That's fair.
I would really love then to try a Mickey pretzel because they're a vibe, but also, I've forgotten everything. those stupid spring rolls. I
Yeah.
don't know what it is about them, but I'm just like, they're so stupid and they're so American. Like, who the fuck wants a cheeseburger spring roll? But I'm like, what?
If they brought out an Impossible cheeseburger spring roll, like, I would give it a go. I would be so here for it.
Or that popcorn that they do in Galaxy's Edge.
Oh yeah,
That's
the spicy
like
one.
the different colors. Yeah, I think that would be interesting too.
Okay.
It's a very unfair question because there's so many fun things.
Yeah.
In both California, Japan, Florida, basically
Everywhere.
anywhere that isn't Disneyland Paris has really exciting food. Oh yeah, no, that little Mike Wazowski melon bread that you get in Japan
that everyone's obsessed with.
Or the little mochis.
Yeah.
Do you know, literally any food that they sell in any other park that isn't Disneyland Paris.
Yeah. That's a mood. That's a big old mood. I have a choice, but then I also have an honorable mention.
Okay.
My choice is churros because I
Nice.
bloody love a churro. And whether it's the big long stick ones that you get in the American parks or the little droopy ones that you get in DLP, either or, any form of a churro.
They're, to be fair, they're nice too.
Yeah, any form of a churro, I'll be happy. But an honourable mention for DLP is the chocolate covered strawberries that you get in the village. Because they are just a delightful end to the park.
Technically, DLP don't even supply. They're a third party woman who just does it. But you know what, DLP? We'll give it to you.
She always looks really annoyed.
Oh, she is always pissed off. And if you're like, I have to pay by card, she's like, I will decapitate you.
But they're delicious. And one that I really, really want to try is, and it's so stupid because you can basically buy them here. They're just not in this particular shape. I want a Mickey Mouse ice cream sandwich, which are basically just icebergers.
Icebergs, yeah.
But I want the Mickey Mouse shaped one.
You're right. And I bet you they definitely taste completely different.
Oh, probably. It's American chocolate, so it's probably far worse.
And American ice cream.
Yeah, true. That, or you can get the Mickey pretzels, but you can get a cream cheese jalapeno stuffed one. And I'm like,
yeah. Yeah.
So there we go.
Yeah.
Right.
I just had dinner. I'm hungry now.
Honestly. And we didn't even do a food episode.
Yeah, this happens.
Right. Favourite country at Epcot?
Canada.
Yeah?
Sure.
Okay.
Nah, Japan.
Fair.
Probably Japan.
I was going to say, I figured you would say Japan.
Yeah. I like the Canadian pavilion because they're all so nice. And also there's this Canadian band that play in the bandstand and they're all very handsome.
Oh.
So you know the ones.
I don't know if I do, but now I feel like I need to go look them up.
I feel, unless I've got it wrong, but I feel like they're all like generically handsome men just playing in a band.
Generically handsome men. I feel like that should be the name of the episode.
Yes, please. It embodies the absolute nonsense that we've spoken about.
Generically handsome men.
No, probably the Japanese pavilion because it is a little slice of Japan.
It has the big shop, Mitsukoshi.
Yeah.
Fair. Can you guess mine?
Mexico.
It has my favorite ride. I am obsessed with Mexican culture. Anyways, I adore Mexican people, and I can say that wholeheartedly. I have never met a Mexican person that I haven't fallen in love with. I like Mexican food is my favorite type of food. I bloody love a margarita. I love it. And you can meet Mexican Donald. He wears a little sombrero. Makes me so happy.
I tell you, I think I speak for the both of us when our joint least favorite country is definitely the United Kingdom.
Yes.
Because what a shit pavilion.
Yes. And the fact that they have something on the menu called a black and tan. But moving on. Right. Favorite sit down restaurant at a park? You can pick a resort as well, because I know yours is going to be a resort.
Is it?
I would have assumed. Well, you can pick one that you've been to and one that you've not been to, but I would have assumed yours was in the Disneyland Hotel, no? When you went to California Grill?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, okay. I was...
Woo.
My brain and words really aren't doing it for me today. Yeah, so definitely, like, yeah, I've said it like a million times, but that experience at California Grill was just phenomenal. It was the best dining experience I've ever had in Disneyland Paris, and one of the best dining experiences I've pretty much ever had in a restaurant, hands down. They were just so pleasant. They knew from the beginning we had a meal voucher, still treated us with the utmost respect and courtesy. And I was like, because, you know, I just felt like, because, like, I wanted to let them know beforehand, because there was only a certain menu we could pick off of, and I was like, oh, this is going to make them treat us like shit, and they're not going to care, and all this sort of stuff. But, no, they were still of the utmost professionalism, and it was absolutely fantastic.
Okay, cool.
And but even to like when at the end I was like, oh, could we also get a tea and coffee? And she was like, absolutely. She was like, but just let you know that won't be included in your voucher. And I was like, no, that's absolutely fine. She was like, okay, yeah, no problems, as long as you know, just don't want you to end up paying for something that you didn't think you had to. And I was like, no, thank you, I really appreciate it. Just really, really nice.
Cool. Is there a place that you would really like to eat?
Oh, anywhere in Walt Disney World.
Okay.
But in saying that, I know that a lot of people are like, well, Disney World food still isn't that great. And I'm like, it has to be better than DLP food, though. So
I don't think that's hard.
Do you know where I'd really like to go? And it's real cliche. I would love to go to Ohana's.
Oh, fair.
Ohana.
Yeah.
I just think that, like a slightly late booking, you've decided it's your half park day, you're not going zoom in. Mm-hmm. You have like a 10 a.m. booking. You wander in, you have your family share plate of all your stuff, get to meet Lilo and Stitch, just have a good time. I think that would be, have your pog juice.
Mm-hmm. I'm here for it.
I think that would be a good time.
I like it. Mm-hmm. My sit-in restaurant, I'm going to go with Bistro Chez Remy, because I really enjoyed Bistro Chez Remy, and I would really, really like to go back there. The brie potato gratin is honestly one of the tastiest things I have ever had. Unfortunately, that only really comes with a steak.
Fucking DLP.
So, whoever I go with is just going to have to let me, like, rob a bite. Just an FYI, KP. And place that I would really like to eat. Yeah, like, I feel like there's so many places in, like, Disney World, like California Grill in Disney World, like fireworks, that would be amazing. Part of me wants to say Lamplight Lounge in DCA.
Oh, okay.
Like on the water.
While they're doing whatever show they're doing.
Yeah. Although I feel like you end up in the splash zone if you're there during World of Colour. But I think you can do like a World of Colour dining package and you get like the good seating. Mm-hmm. So something like that. But I just think that whole area of DCA is just fab anyway, so I feel like I would really enjoy it.
Cool.
Yeah. And then the last thing is favourite character meet and greet. So
I'm afraid we're gonna have the same answer.
Well, no, because you've three things to take into account.
Oh, okay.
Favourite character meet and greet experience you've ever had.
Okay.
Your favourite character that you like to meet. Just as like a generic. Mm-hmm. And then a dream character that you would love to meet.
I'm completely blanking on every single character I've ever met. I think one of the best meets we had was when we met Flynn and Rapunzel, because of how like spontaneous-ish it was.
Yeah.
Like, I personally feel like those are some of the best meet and greets, where they don't have a time, they don't have a slot, they're just there, and you're like, oh my god, holy shit balls.
Yeah.
That was just a great time. I actually think, because not only was the experience with the characters great, but the line experience was great, and the cast members were great, and everyone was just really pleasant, and we were like, hey, we know you technically can't say things, but also kind of maybe, what time are they coming back?
Yeah. No, I agree.
Because I will cry. Like, I will cry very hard.
Yeah. I agree.
And the cast member who magically went away and brought me Rapunzel, Flynn's, Tinkerbell's, and Peter Pan's autograph.
He was the cute. What was his name? Alex?
Like, yeah, I think so, yeah.
He was a cutie. Loved Alex.
He was like, oh, give me 2 minutes. Went off, got some till roll, magically summed up some autographs.
Literal till roll. Literal till roll, probably from Auberge de Cendrillon.
Yeah, and I was like, I still appreciate it a lot. And then like the meet with Flynn and Rapunzel was great. Nobody rushed us.
No. I got that little video for Emily.
Yeah, like I just really like, I understand they've got a lot of people to meet, but I just always appreciate it when I'm like, we're gonna take an extra 2.5 minutes. Please just let us be. Yeah. Like, please.
Yeah.
So who's your character?
Yeah, your character. Yeah.
That I always like to meet.
Yeah.
Definitely Donald.
Yeah.
I knew, but like it was gonna happen. We were both gonna have Donald. He just guaranteed. Well, apart from that one time he made me cry. Guaranteed
good times.
To be a fantastic meet.
Yeah.
Like, obviously something was happening that day, so I always disregard it. But like anytime we've met him at like a scheduled meet, when he's outside under umbrellas and stuff, especially because there's a couple of times we've been like the first meets of the day or close enough to the first meets of the day, and he's just always so energetic. He's so there for a good time. He'll do the little butt wiggles with you. He'll do whatever you want. It's just, yeah, he's just always so funny. And he is like, he's not as big as Mickey Mouse, so he can be a little bit more
cheeky,
funny and outgoing and that kind of stuff. And he's just always a good meet.
Mm-hmm. And then dream character to meet.
See, I met Max Goof.
You met Scrooge.
So I met Scrooge. I don't know.
Have you met Mary yet?
No, I haven't met Mary, but I think Mary would be nice. But you know what? I don't think Mary would be very fun.
No.
I think it would just be a very like pleasant interaction.
Yeah.
But do you know what? I would love to meet Mary with Bert and the penguins, which is something that doesn't happen very often.
Very fair.
So I would be very happy to meet all of them together. Do you know who I really want to meet?
Who?
BB-8.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because I just think he's so adorable.
I thought you were going to say, like, in my head, I was like, she's going to say Chewbacca. Similar wavelength. But
close. No, yeah, I think BB-8 would be really cute as well.
Okay.
Even though, like, literally not even a person.
Yeah.
But I'm just kind of like, the little, like, wiggle that he does and the little, like, noises and everything. Yeah.
Okay, fair.
I know. I'm always up for meeting literally any character.
Yeah, same.
I'm always like, woo!
Big same. Big same. So, for mine, I've told this story on the podcast before, so I'm not going to use this, but on the episode that I did with the dads, I referenced the character spot meet and greet that I had in Disney World where they all came into the photo. It was a cute time.
Oh, I love that one. That's a great time. That's a great story.
What I am going to pick for this one is the first time I met Jack. Because the first time I met Jack was just
fucking PTSD over here.
we went kind of like middle-ish of September, closer to end of September. So the Halloween season had not started yet, but they were testing like the Halloween characters. They would like pop out in various different places, and being the good Disneyland Paris goers we had notifications set up for E82 because they would always tweet when random characters popped out, so you always knew, and blah 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 blah. So there we were in the Studio One building and I got a notification to say that Jack was out over by Small World. And when I tell you I took off, I didn't run because I did not run. But I was walking at a very brisk pace.
It was you and Amy had gone to the bathroom, and I was double checking ED92 because I didn't have any internet. but there's always internet in that building.
Yeah.
And I was checking, and I'd seen that it was posted 5 minutes ago, and I started freaking out because you were in the bathroom, and I was like, what do I do? I was like, oh my god. I was like, we're so far away, but also it was only 5 minutes ago. I was like, holy shit. And then as soon as you had come out of the bathroom, I like thrusted my phone in your face and was like, I was like, what do we do?
So...
And then you'd already started running, and then Amy came out behind you and we're like, what are we doing? And I was like, we're following Sinead.
So we went from studios all the way back to Small World, and Jack wasn't there, but there were a couple other people that you could tell were Nightmare Before Christmas fans were lingering.
Yeah.
And then literally, like, out of the bushes, Jack...
literally out of the bushes. Like, that is not an exaggeration.
Like, literally out of the bushes pops Jack Skellington and Sally. Now, I do not care for Sally as a character, but it's the only time I've ever seen them meet together in DLP.
But also the character, the characters usually they're always pleasant. Like,
she was fine. So it was like there then was that, and I hate these kind of meet and greets when it's like the semicircle of people, and it's just parents throwing their children's at characters, and I just like, and don't get me wrong, Kate and Amy were those parents throwing me into Jack's girl, but he came over and he was like, my friend, and like took my hand and was like just talking to me about like decorating the park for Halloween. I was the happiest person in the world. Yeah, it was
a great time.
He was a good Jack.
He was the best Jack we've ever met.
He was the good Jack. He was the good American Jack.
Yeah. Which, if you've ever been to DLP, you know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Where there's, the
little
American
bit
Jack and the real French Jack.
With the very British Jack.
Oh, he's also not a vibe.
No.
But yeah, I have to say that was a very stressful situation. Because then we were like, what do we do? And to be fair, Amy was like, by Murphy's Law, when I sit on this bench, he'll come out because I've decided to park my ass. And then boom, Cheeks hadn't even touched the bench. There he was.
There was the man himself. So yeah. that was I was so happy. That like proper made my day. The whole rest of that day ended up being fantastic as well.
Fantastic. Best day. I still stand by that was our best Disney day ever.
Best day. Favorite just general character to meet is Donald in any form. Mexican Donald I would love to meet. Devil Donald was bloody great crack. Like any form of Donald, just big fan. And then as for a character that I haven't met, do you know who I have never met and I would absolutely love to is Tiana.
Oh yeah, Tiana would be nice.
I have never met Tiana, and she's probably the only princess that I haven't met that I would like really, really want to. Every time I went to try join her meet and greet queue in Magic Kingdom, it was closed. Every time I have tried to make it to a meet and greet area where she's been in DLP, she's magically disappeared. About the closest I've gotten was that time that we were walking from the Princess Pavilion to Small World, and she was just beside me for like a minute, and I was like, oh, hello.
That was mad. That was so crazy. I love those ones because if you're pleasant to them, they'll chat to you for a minute.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that was my favourite. Honourable mention though for one of my favourite character encounters, which was actually nothing to do with me, but it was the time that the evil queen, not the evil queen, the Queen of Hearts stole Ed.
What a time. What a gas time. That was like one of his...
went away with him.
Like that was his first proper like character interaction. Like we did like I think we'd met character. I actually don't even know. I think that might have been his first one.
We'd met Darth Vader at least.
Oh yeah. You're right. But I was like, yep, this is what happens.
She just went away with him. It was brilliant. He had no idea, and the photos from it are hilarious because you could just see Ed is like, what is happening?
But still loving it, totally going with it. Like
so on board with it.
Such a trooper.
Yeah. So that's it. Them's the questions.
Yeah, I'm going to bed.
Yeah, it's very late, lads. It's 20 to 11. We never normally record this late.
No.
But thanks for listening, and thank you for listening for 2 years if you've been here for 2 years. Well done.
Yeah, thanks so much, guys. If you didn't know, we have an Instagram at Mickey Waffles Pod. I think it's still there. I've not been on it in a while.
Yeah, it is. We don't use it, but if you DM us, we'll reply.
Yeah, we will. We're very, very, very pleasant people, I like to think. And we also have a Twitter at Mickey Waffle Pod, the exact same handle, sans the S.
I check it once a week.
Also, I've never been on that, so if you ever get a reply, it'll be Sinead. I tend to reply a lot to the Instagrams.
There we go.
So,
we each have our niche. And if you are listening on an Apple device, please feel free to give us a rating and review on your little app. That will be fantastic. And share us with your friends, because why the heck not? The first 2 years have been chaotic as hell, so fuck knows what year 3 is going to be like, eh?
Bye!
Bye!
Okay, bye!
This podcast is part of the After Dark Podcast Network.